All right. I'm back. You guys may not see a difference because I've posted them every day, but there is a difference. I'm back. We're doing daily duos once again. We got Rezon and Aqua. They're landing cloudy condos. It's going to be a highly contested POI over the next few weeks, and we're going to be trying to figure out who's going to win it over at the FNCS Invitational. They're conned by Chapix and Tayson. These guys are going to be landing here and either trying to split it or trying to fight this off spawn. It'll be interesting to see how exactly it goes. And with how good both of these teams are, I doubt one team's just going to walk away with it. I believe we're also going to see a Scented Cold appearance here. Maybe some other teams are going to make a later surprise contest. But I'm not surprised whatsoever that this is contested. This is arguably the best drop spot of the season. And what we see Rezon doing here is getting up, getting some vision on what's going on. You don't want both players just down below smacking on things, trying to get loot. So it's really smart for them to send one player up above. Although we do see Rezon is going to start to get snuck. Luckily doesn't get any damage dealt, because a lot of times when there's a team or a player by themselves, or there's a team looking to make a playoff spawn, you wind up getting snuck here. So not bad. We see Aqua going to take the high ground here. Solid positioning. The only worry is his teammate's going to get jumped on, so Rezon has to play this properly. We see damage just getting traded back and forth. Rezon thought he was going to get a sneak play here, but no, not going to happen. There's actually a third party just sitting here watching this, so not the best. And this is perfectly timed because it looks like Tayson was trying to make a play here. We see Aqua going to get right back to his teammate, and now they're ready. They're like, all right, you guys wanted to make a play? We'll make the play now. Bruh. Chapix just straight taking an aim duel. 2v1 action. Oh! Okay. Oh, no. Oh, no. Dude had nothing left in his guns. Just resorted to swinging his pickaxe. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, though. Oh, a little dance afterwards? Okay. I see this is probably not the most friendly of battles. Someone's trying to contest them off spawn. You know, you gotta let them know. This definitely went back and forth. So this is the Elite Weekly Cup. This is the third finals of it, I believe. Rezon and Aqua finished in a solid position. What am I doing here? I'm trying to figure this out. Think they finished 6? I'm going to say 6 until I find out otherwise. But nonetheless, they played very well first 2 games and then had troubles. So I'm going to guess this off spawn just kind of... Oh, they finished in 4th. Excuse me. So yeah. Off spawn went well first 2 games. Then it did not go so well. And that's pretty much what can go on. Like, if you give it enough tries after enough attempts, a team like Tayson and Chapix are not just going to lose every time off spawn. So, with neither team losing, neither team's going to win, if that makes sense. Because they both just spend time, ammo, heals, that you just can't spend in this quality of lobby. So, Blimp will be used, but, I mean, this is why this is the best POI. They're both walking out with a ton of splashes, max heals, 2 pads. Interesting that they're going back down to the vault, get more splashes, okay, and then hit the rifts. That is an interesting move. I would have not expected that play. But I guess they know they got damage off spawn, so they're going dead side. And then they're going to go rift to rift is what it looks like here. Rezon going to cap some mats off. Looks like there is There was the attempt to go rift to rift, but the rifts don't work. A little upgrade in the shotgun with the keys. This is a smart play because they could have came in this area and it would have been very congested. We could see teams still continuing to come in. There's a team deep in storm. And plus the terrain, if they're going to go through the Rocky Reels area, is terrible because there's just these massive hills that are looking down above you. So this is a smart play. Come through Greasy. Get a nice little rotate in. You got mushrooms and stuff. Plus you can find white heals pretty much anywhere on the map. And these two are big chilling. Able to make that rotate. Spend some time in the storm, but comfortable with it. I like it. Solid rotate. I feel like a lot of players get afraid to use storm and forget that all you need is some whites and you can walk right through it. But you can't do that if you're not fighting off spawn. So, here we go. These two waiting, trying to find some players on the edge of storm here. Just get a little more damage. And as we can see, zone is going to pull up into just this general no man's land. So this is going to be a zone split by a river. These are always tough zones to play because you never know which side of the river you're on. And if you make the wrong choice, a lot of times it ends the game. So nice little play here by Rezon, identifying God Rock and another rock right next to him. So they're going to build out big and brick, give themselves a nice position to play out of, hit that little refarm. That's exactly what you want to do. So many of the top players are doing things like this, identifying what materials are in front of them or making their way purposely to a material dense area, then building a base out of those materials and farming it so that way you got room to play out of. Now this is simple, just holding somebody on edge of zone. As we can see, Aqua's not even in yet, so this is going to be a player that's not going to be having a good time. But as we see, those players are able to go around in storm, tank some storm damage, get themselves in a better spot. So full south side here. Aqua's got that purple. So typical loadout. We got the hammer, prime, Evochrome prime, and then 2 pads. 2 pads should be enough for everybody unless you just get screwed on every zone. Like straight up, if you're getting max pulls 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. 8th, you're probably not using a pad, but 5th, 6th, 7th, you would like to. Now we're waiting, trying to beam those guys. I'm imagining what that is to try and get enough storm damage so that they could just focus rotate now. And then also force those kids in front of them to build. It's kind of what they're doing with that team they just shot as well. Yeah, they're trying just to tag this team up along the way, get surge damage. Force them to build. So that Rezon and Aqua could use those builds themselves. And we see going from material piece to material piece that they could refarm, object to object. Getting in here with some metal. Ooh. Rezon takes a lot of damage here. He winds up going down. And this could be terrible for Aqua. Luckily, they have some builds behind them. And Aqua's able to get them back towards that. He's trying to keep his duo alive. Because if not, that's going to be a problem. And he's just going to go for it. Looks like he's able to find enough space to get this heal off. And there's more players that had to make this late rotate right on top of them. So that's going to put them in a position to be okay. And this is why splashes are cheating. These guys went from knocked. They're not actually cheating. But these guys went from knocked down to pretty much max HP. And they do manage to get in. But this is shambles, guys. Like, this rotate has been terrible. They use so many heals. I mean, Rezon still has some mats, but... ugh. That was tough. But they're in. They have pads. They're going to be able to pad to 5th. And then this is the fun game of everyone sit here and wait for everyone else to use a pad. That's all this is, right? Everyone is going to wait till zone starts moving. No one is moving yet. This is just, unfortunately, the meta with pads. Then they're going to throw down the pad. Everyone's up in the air as soon as zone starts moving. It's kind of like an unwritten rule. We're all just going to go and then cross our fingers that we're not going to get padded on. That's an interesting play to go straight into somebody's old builds. Okay. Oh, no. Yeah. Rezon was like, yeah, I'm not about that, Chief. That was going to be okay for a second, but we weren't going to be able to sneak him. He was too smart. Vortex was like, yeah, I ain't just walking in that box. I heard you guys land here. So these two move on out. And we're chilling. Okay. This is a move and a half to go for height with pretty much no builds. So they're going to split mats here. Or give most of them to Aqua. This is not advised. But when you're the height king, like Aqua, this is what you do, right? And I guess they've just been sprayed so much on mid ground that they're like, all right, let's just go up. No one's on height. We can just take height and chill for a second. Give themselves at least a moment. And then they're also going to get a ton of vision to be able to see what's going on in this zone. Likely, if I'm them, I'm going to look to beam someone out of the air and then capitalize on that refresh. This is also why. Because when you're on height, you're going to be able to hit the mats. Or hit the pads. Sorry, wrong words. And just see all of them. I wouldn't be surprised. They don't have many splashes left. I was going to say, if they still had a ton of splashes, this is where you just recycle pads. Aqua gets down. Now they're on the wall here. Pre-edit gets set up. Pre-edit plays just coming through. Chicho gets out. Drulex does not. He's going to take the brunt of the damage there. That's unfortunate. Looks like he'll be able to move on out, at least for the time being, and then they're going to use this other pad. Go straight on the height. Okay. And this is smart for both of them pretty much to pad right onto this front side player, because the guy on the back side is now separated, so he's going to be fighting this himself. While they don't walk away completely unharmed, they're able to take one out, and when you can do that, greatly increase your chances of being able to play high ground. It's kind of the meta, though. Just those wild high ground takes, guys. We're going to see it over and over and over again. Everyone's going to be looking to play height. That unfortunate soul was not high enough up, and you're going to have to play much higher than you would normally due to all the pads going on. Rezon Aqua now holding down the height position. If there's anyone that knows how to do it, it's going to be Aqua. Dude plays height pretty much. Let me find the best way to put that. He's one of the greatest height players of all time. We talked about Queasy and Veno, or Vino. I still don't know how it's properly pronounced. Levin says Veno. For other people say Vino. But yeah, there it is. Now saving some mats, using the pad. Typically, no one's going to be on high ground, so you can do this stuff. And we see Rezon immediately going over to the tree, trying to share some materials. And the spray just comes down. They do need to get a refresh fairly soon. Little connect there to the tree. Now this is where I get sketched out. I would not want to play. Oh, yeah, see? You hit one of those mushrooms, you fall off a limb, you're just going straight down. GG's. And we do see Tripper and Thomas are looking for this play right here. So they're going to chop out Aqua. Aqua does go down there. But that's going to be Vortex and Hen trying to take him out. So it was realistically 2 duos looking to make a play. And Rezon just has to be like, yo, I don't have the mats for this. I lost my teammate. It's all you, dog. Dude's got nothing here on the low ground. We're waiting for this guy to make a play here. Percolino. Peace. Doesn't get all the mats, gets enough. Oh, if that's the first bullet in the prime, he might get an elim there. Good play to make some space here, get himself an option. And then we're going to take down Jaggy. That'll likely be it for Rezon. He's got no mats. 2 players drop down on him, and down he goes. But that was really sporadic. Like, straight up, that was not the greatest play in the world. I did like the fifth zone high ground take, just to be able to reuse a pad, give themselves a moment of like, whew, okay, that was crazy for 4th and 5th rotates. Let's just chill for a second. But nonetheless, we know they're going to be looking to make high ground plays. Aqua's known for it. These two going to solidify themselves as one of the top duos. I feel like I could say that about almost every European duo, which is tough. So nonetheless, Rezon Aqua, look out for them. They're a team that I feel like could come in 30th if they're conned and have trouble off spawn, or could come top 5 because, I mean, 1, they're that good, or 2, they kind of have cons and it gets taken out of their hands. Nonetheless, hope you guys enjoyed it. See you tomorrow.